Hi, Year 7, we're starting a new unit on statistics and probability. So I'm going to go over to the board now and talk a little bit about questionnaires. Let's look at some of the terms I'm going to use today. Open questions. In questionnaires, it's better not to give open questions. Open questions would be such things as, who's your favorite singer? What's your favorite food? It kind of leaves the person answering the question loads of scope to go anywhere with the answer. The reason this is not a good idea because it's hard to put these answers into categories and analyze the data. So it's better to ask closed questions. So a closed question, for instance, is if you're asking someone for their favorite food, you narrow down the answers to Chinese food, Indonesian food, American food, Italian food, and that would be an example of you have to pick one of these categories. Now it's important that if you give a closed question, that you give a way out. And that means at the end of that list, you would put other, another option. If you want, you can put other and a box, fill in the other, okay, I actually love Swedish food. So that would be an example of a closed question with a way out. So give 4 options you'd like them to pick from, and a 5th option that they may choose other, and that covers everything. So there are examples of open and closed questions. Now I'm going to introduce Mr. Collins and give a quick run through some bad questionnaire questions.
Hi, Mr. Collins. Thanks for taking some time to answer this questionnaire. Question 1. What's your favorite type of food?
My favorite type of food? Well, I like Spanish food, Italian food, Irish food, German food, Indonesian food, Australian food, South African food. I like so many different types of food. I think you might have given me too much scope. Is this a very open question? Perhaps you should have given a closed question, Mr. Collins.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, move on to question 2. Who's your favorite singer? Is it Dua Lipa or Post Malone?
Who? Perhaps you should have made that closed question have a way out by putting other. We all know my favorite singer is Cher.
That answer was lit. Thanks. That answer was lit. Don't flex. But what's your 1 rep max on the bench press?
Oh, I see you've used some abbreviations and or slang in that question, Mr. Collins. You know not to do that. You need to make sure the language is clear and easy to understand. I've no idea what you just asked me.
Good point. Question 4. Do you agree that Mr. Collins is the best maths teacher in the world?
Yes. But the question was kind of leading, wasn't it? You maybe should have given more options. So that would be an example of a leading question. But yes, of course, Mr. Collins, brilliant maths teacher, best in the world.
Question 5. Does it not make sense to not have enough maths homework every night in order to learn? Not.
Mr. Collins, you've done it again. Never put a question with double negatives, triple negatives, or in this case, quadruple negatives. Keep it simple. Ask a straightforward question.
Next question. How old are you?
How old am I? You can't ask me that. Remember, when you're asking for personal information, you need to keep those categories quite wide and always give an option to not answer. So, for instance, you should have asked, are you between the ages of 21 and 30, 31 and 40, 41 and 50, or over? That would be an example of a way to ask more personal information while keeping it semi-private. And we all know I'm 58 years old.
Okay, last question. What's your general feeling on life?
Life. Not a good question, Mr. Collins. I could be here all day, and I don't think you'd get any information that would help you in this questionnaire. How would you categorize this data you get? It's impossible. People are just going to ramble in their answers. Don't leave the questions too open-ended like this. We're asking for people's long opinions if you want to keep your data able to analyze.
Okay, all very good points, Mr. Collins. You're so much smarter than I am. Anyway, I'm kind of busy, so I gotta go. See you later, all right?
Where are you going? You didn't even thank me for participating in your questionnaire. What are you doing? Come back here. Okay, so as you saw, Mr. Collins asked some terrible questionnaire questions. So maybe your questionnaire can be better than this. Now you have to make a questionnaire based on student well-being during these difficult times. So check the task on Manage Back. There's some extra help there as well, but check the task, and there's 3 different levels, green, yellow and blue. Have at least one questionnaire made in your book for the next lesson, and then we'll run through your answers then. Okay, good luck with it.